Hey guys, Mitko here from DN Models, and today we're unboxing UH-1D Huey utility helicopter from Kitty Hawk. I doubt that there are people who doesn't know and appreciate the meaning of this particular aircraft in the history of aviation, so I won't even try to give you the details. Information about Huey is abundant and it is enormous in quantity. It is basically a legend. This is for the 8-scale release, which succeeds the Italeri tooling from 1998, which is the most widely known and the reboxed version of Revell. The difference is that this kit here is on a whole new level of engineering and detail, and it is up to date. Werner WIngs, the company of the famous Muller Floyd Werner Jr., participated in this project as seen on the box, which is another sign of quality. We have beautiful box and box art and many variations of the paint options included. On one of the sides of the box there are US versions, warbirds used in Vietnam with specific aviation art, which I assume Werner WIngs helped with. They are all single-tone camouflage, plain green. On the other side of the box we have three other variations of the Huey. One is from Taiwan Air Force in plain green and the other is from Japan Army, both UH-1H versions. The Japanese one is Iroquois with absolutely fantastic three-tone camo scheme. The third one is Luftwaffe D version with another surprisingly nice camouflage in case you want your Huey other than Vietnamese bird. Inside of the box we have three sprues and a cardboard box which holds the clear parts. Each sprue is packed separately in plastic bag, and on the bottom we have the instruction sheet, the photo etch and the decals featured in this Kitty Hawk release. Instructions are embedded in one nice booklet folded in a bit strange manner, looking like becoming a standard for Kitty Hawk helicopters. We've seen similar folding with their Venom kit. The glossy sheets of the outer pages feature instructions and paint guide too. Instruction part is clear, self-explanatory, easy to understand and follow. Within the build, there are photo etch parts to be included, and with those everything is nicely explained. The helicopter, although in 48 scale, feature engine, which you will see shortly and which is quite nicely detailed. Instructions where it is to be assembled shows that there might be some room for super detailing too, as well as with the other parts of the kit, where many delicate parts are included and they can be spiced up with cables and similar scratch-built items. In the middle we have once more color sheets with paint guide for the Huey. Again, this is a bit odd decision from Kitty Hawk, but I think it is acceptable since you can remove those for later stages of the build. Inside we have US versions of the UH-1D with paint guide, which is pretty much the same for all, only the decals and markings being different. Some minor parts to be painted differently too. Then the instruction sheet continues with more photo etch, small details and the rotors. It is completed in 18 steps total, after which again color sheet follows. With it we have the other three non-US versions of the Huey that I mentioned in the intro. Especially nice are the two camouflage ones, Luftwaffe and Japan Air Force, latter one being my favorite due to the hard edge camo scheme, black spots and overall pretty aggressive looking Iroquois version of this helo. Don't get me wrong, they are all beautiful, but the camo schemes makes the Huey more attractive since this isn't what it was famous for. The plain green, as we know it from Vietnam, is the legendary look of the helicopter, and every offset of this is very welcomed. This is not a big booklet nor too long instruction sheet in terms of steps, But you won't be disappointed in the number of parts included and the complexity of the assembly, which corresponds to the scale perfectly in my opinion. We have 3 plastic sprues in this kit, so little because it is 48 scale most likely. The first one we are going to take a look at is Sprue A. On it, we can find the doors of the cockpit, the rear sliding doors and the seats, as well as some of the weapons. Most of the details presented are with superb quality and great detail, despite the small scale for a helicopter of course. Weapons are a bit off, mostly with the flash seen all over them. Substitute for those will quite soon arrive in terms of photo-etch, resin and metal barrels. On the other hand, you can leave them aside for good, but they do not keep up with the rest of the parts in terms of quality for sure. Experts say that the kits are a bit thicker than needed. I cannot confirm nor deny that. If this is the case, pretty soon we will see replacements for those too, hopefully even metal ones. In general, this is the least attractive sprue of all the 3, and you will see why in just a few moments. Second sprue I wanna share with you is the one I like the most. We are continuing alphabetically and this is Sprue B, which holds the major fuselage part and the tail boom. The floor is also here, the upper tip of the nose and many others. Here the details is very up to today's standards. Very nice engravings over the interior parts. There are curves all around, which I sincerely hope you can catch a glimpse at. All the mesh-looking surfaces are done with precision and I believe they're up to scale. The floor of the Huey is also very textured with clearly defined panel lines and openings. Dashboard, alongside with every other small part, got its special attention from Kitty Hawk, as well as the other body parts with the numerous rivets all over. I was very impressed the first moment I saw all this depicted in 48 scale. Great job in my opinion. Although I am not that familiar with Hellos, I can assure you that this can become very attractive model once built. The overall quality is superb. The last sprue is, as you might have guessed already, Sprue C. Here we have parts from the Rudder system, which are delicate and intriguing for sure. They do show some flash, but only minor. The blades are thin, but I believe they could have been thinner, at least a bit. They show bending from their weight, so it is pretty easy to guess the correct position of them. This is something quite often neglected in 48 scale with helicopter models. There is some work required in the rudder mechanism areas due to the molding imperfections, but this is all acceptable. Now, there is an engine in this kit, and it is very impressive too. Small but detailed, as well as the seats and the most of the interior parts. Interestingly, Kitty Hawk seems to have put more effort in the seats than in the rudder parts, which is interesting approach. Maybe they left that for the aftermarket companies, but it left me wondering why. Interior is usually what is left for them, and I think that would have been very nice decision too. I hope that they had their reasons. Great detailing overall, and I believe very good job from Kitty Hawk, whatever they based their decisions on. In the cardboard box we found inside of the main box, we can find the clear parts packed in a soft plastic bag. Kitty Hawk chose wisely to protect them in that manner. That is something typical for larger scales, but attention to detail and the fact that Huey helicopter feature a lot of windows probably formed this decision for that 48 scale kit. The parts are transparent enough without visible defects and you will have a lot of work masking those. I would suggest checking out DN Model's website for the mask set for this particular Huey kit, which are already available. That will save some time and effort. The bulge windows of the Huey are the highest point of this sprue, and I think that speaks enough about the quality that we are dealing with here. Even the tiniest parts are done with finesse, and I believe that every Halo kit in 48 scale deserves that kind of attention. Next are the decals and the photo-etch sheet. We have 2 sheets of decals and 1 photo-etch. First is decal sheet A. It is the larger one of both and contains all the insignia and markings for the versions included. Luftwaffe numbers, cross, and white lettering looking very attractive here. Alongside with those we have warning markings, yellow rectangles, which you probably will choose to mask off and paint, and other general insignia. They look thin and nice overall, with Kitty Hawk name beneath, who seems to have made them. On the second decal sheet, called Decal B, we have the dashboard and the 4 drawings selected for 4 specific Vietnam Hueys. I assume that here we are looking at Floyd Werner's job. The dashboard decals are probably something that many will pass on, but the 4 specific aviation art pieces are great. They too look to be very high quality and present you with the option to make more attractive and historically significant Huey. Then is the photo-etch sheet, which is rather small, featuring mostly seatbelts and meshes, as well as some minor parts. All of them are thin and in nice quality, but still this sheet is pretty small considered by today's standards. For the truest fan of photo-etch, this won't be enough, but very soon we'll have more at our hands than we can deal with coming from the various aftermarket makers. Nevertheless, this sheet shows good quality and it shows some parts that needs bending, so it isn't the simplest one out there. There is a little something for everybody with this kit. Now, since 1998, we don't have anything new and interesting on the market concerning the legendary Huey helicopter in 48 scale. This kit here is up to today's standards, as I've said, and shows some nice features in terms of design and detailing. Far better than Revell and Italeri that we knew and used so far. Although Kitty Hawk have released some controversial kits, I think this one goes to the winner section and it's definitely the best Huey in 48 scale out there. Key features are the exterior and interior detailing in my opinion, allowing for a very good base and leaving enough for super detailing. The various paint schemes are attractive, presenting everybody with something. For me, the Japanese and German versions are very interesting because they are not so popular. The end models have some mask for the Huey already, and I assume Werner WIngs will give us various decal options for that legend of a helicopter. I can only highly recommend this kit because I consider the price very affordable and the detail very good. Thank you for watching and I hope you find that review useful. Subscribe, comment and hit the like button if you did. Stay tuned for the upcoming review of the 35th scale Huey from Kitty Hawk. We are all waiting impatiently for it. Meantime, have fun modeling and I will see you in the next one.